welcome back to my channel. So today we're sitting down and we're talking about the best 10 products that I have tried thus far in 2022. All of these products I absolutely love and I cannot wait to share them with you guys. Before we get started, don't forget I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about the best 10 products I've tried so far this year, then let's go ahead and get started. Since it's June and we are halfway through the year, this is the time of the year that I like to sit down and film these videos for you. I've done it the past 2 years, I believe, definitely last year. Maybe not the first year I ever had my channel, but definitely last year I sat down and did this. And it's just so fun to halfway through the year, look through all the products that I have tried so far and talk to you about my best 10 products that I am loving. Don't you worry, right after this, I'm flipping the switch and I'm going to film the worst 10 products that I have tried so far this year. So be on the lookout for that coming up very, very soon. If you're a regular watcher of my videos, first of all, thank you very much. But if you are, these are not going to be a surprise at all. I have talked about and raved about these products so many times on my channel, but I wanted to have like a comprehensive video to just show you the top ones I've tried so far halfway through the year. I just think it's fun, and then at the end of the year I like to go back and look at this video and see if they're like still my favorites, you know, towards the end of the year, or if I have moved on and tried something better. Also, I did not film myself getting ready for this video, but everything that I am talking about in this video and everything on my face will be listed and linked down below for you guys to check out. I'm like looking at my group of products here trying to decide which one I want to talk about first. This is not a ranking video, like I love all of these and I'm not going to go in order of like favorite or anything. But I'm like, I want to talk about all of them first because I love them all so much. But I figured we will go ahead and start off with the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 Rose Palette. This palette has become one of my favorite palettes ever. Like truly, it is beautiful. Can I open it? I don't know. There we go. I was like having troubles opening it. So it's very reflective. So I'm going to be like blinding you the whole time I am showing you this palette. I cannot get over how beautiful and stunning I think this palette is. I'm not gonna lie, I do not use the cream eyeshadows right here. On me personally, they get a little creasy throughout the day. I'm not surprised about that though. Pretty much every cream liquid sort of shadow I use creases on me. I'm not that upset about it. I am a little bit bummed that it's 2 of the shades I don't really use. But other than that, these mattes blend like butter. They are so smooth and beautiful on the eyes. They don't get patchy on me. They blend together well. They never get muddy. But the real like showstopper of this palette are these shimmers up here. I just cannot get over them, especially these 3 right here. These 2 are beautiful as well, but these 3 have such a beautiful, intense, just shimmer and shine and glow to them. I say this every time I talk about this palette, but I'm gonna say it again. So I'm really sorry if I'm super redundant in these videos coming up, this one and the worst one. But these shimmers, especially these 3, are the closest things to Pat McGrath special shades that I have came across that are not Pat McGrath special shades. These remind me so much of them. They are so glittery and reflective on the eye. My favorite is this one right here. It's just a really beautiful pink shade. This one has a little bit of a shift from like pink to gold. I don't know if you can tell right there in the pan. And then this one right here is just beautiful as well. This whole palette, just the color story, how it blends, how it goes on my eyes, how it wears throughout the day. I just feel so beautiful whenever I wear it that I cannot stop. Still, I've had this palette in my collection for a couple months at this point, and I still continuously reach for it very, very often, especially for like work or everyday life. It's just such a go-to. I know I can always rely on it, and I cannot just tell you enough how much I love it. Then we have a lip liner that has completely stolen my heart, and I don't understand what's so amazing about it, except for I just reach for it every single day and I love it so stinking much, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. I decided to pick this up because absolutely everyone here on YouTube and my Instagram account just rave about this lip liner. They say they use it all of the time, and I 1,000,000% agree. This is just a beautiful lip liner. Again, these are gonna be like most of these products, you're gonna sense a theme where they are just good go-to products. I don't have to think about it every time I reach for all of them, but especially this lip liner. I just know I'm gonna like my makeup. I'm gonna like how it turns out. I'm not gonna have to fuss with it. There are some products in my collection that I don't really know how they're gonna go when I use them. I just kind of like chalk it up to fate if it's gonna be a good makeup day or not. But with these, that is not the case. This lip liner is just the most beautiful nudie sort of shade. I do have it on my lips today with one of the lipsticks I'm going to talk about later. You can kind of see it on the edge here. It's a really like neutrally sort of tone. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. At first I didn't really love the formulation, but it's definitely grown on me. It's a little bit slidey and glidey, but it's not too emollient, and this really does stay on your lips for quite a while. It goes with so many of my nude sort of lip products that I like to pair it with, and it is just such a good go-to. I cannot stop wearing it. I wear it all of the time. It is a beautiful lip liner. I know you have probably heard a million people rave about Iconic Nude. If you have not tried it yourself, highly, highly recommend. I'll go ahead and talk about the lipstick that I just mentioned I was wearing, and it is this one right here from Milani. This is their Color Fetish Matte Lipsticks. This is in the shade 420 Tease. I actually have 3 of these, and I am really, really close to buying more. I know I keep saying that, but I like don't need more lipsticks, but I just love this formulation so much that I want to buy more. I recommend all 3 of the shades that I own. I own this one and Secret and Blossom. Both of those are really beautiful shades as well. Secret's like a nudie sort of pink, and Blossom's like a really bright, fiery fuchsia, just stunning, bright pink. But I wanted to talk about Tease because it's the one I use the most. Like I said, it is the lipstick that I have on my lips today. It's just a really beautiful nude brown sort of shade, and it goes with so many makeup looks that I want to make. If I don't really know what lip combination to pair with an eye look, I go to Tilbury Iconic Nude and Milani Tease because it is just such a beautiful nudie combination like I stated. These are matte. There's not really a ton of sheen. There's a little tiny bit of sheen to it, but it's mainly just so it's not a super drying formulation, which it's not. It is not drying. It doesn't like crack on your lips. After wearing it all day long and not putting any chapstick on, my lips feel a little tiny bit dry, but it kind of feels like that with any sort of lip formulation if I'm not wearing chapstick throughout the day. So I'm not really too upset about it. And this just wears so beautifully. I only have to reapply it every couple of hours, which for a bullet lipstick, I feel like it's pretty good. I think the packaging is so stinking cute. I love the like beveled sort of edge, the gold detail. I feel like it looks really luxurious and like high price tag, but it's not. They're only like $8 or $9, and a lot of times you can get Milani on sale. I just really love these lipsticks. I kind of want like every single shade. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but like I might, you never know. Again, I recommend all 3 shades, not just this one, but this one is a really beautiful nudie sort of shade if you're around my skin tone. But I really think you guys should check these out. Then we have the first of 2 blushes I'm going to be talking about in this video, and it is the Bare Minerals Bronzer in the shade Kiss of Pink. Kind of like the Milani lipsticks. I have all 3 of the shades that they come out with. They also have Kiss of Rose and Kiss of Copper. I love both of those as well. I think they're stunning and beautiful on the cheeks. I do recommend those as well, but I kind of just wanted to stick to one shade, like my favorite of the 3, and that is definitely Kiss of Pink. It is the most beautiful, just pink color. It's not too bright, it's not too mauve, it's not too like baby doll pink or like corally. It's just the most beautiful, just pink sort of shade. It has a little bit of sheen and glow to it, which sounds kind of scary, but it doesn't like emphasize pores or emphasize texture. Even if I get it a little bit too close on my cheeks, like here where in my T-zone where I do have pores, I don't really ever notice that it emphasizes the pores and makes them look bad. It just has like a healthy sort of glow on your skin. I feel like these last a really long time throughout the day as well. They don't really fade on me. That's not something I super struggle with. So if, you know, blush does naturally fade on you a lot throughout the day, I'm really not the person to go off of about that because it doesn't really seem to fade on me, especially this one. And because it is just the most beautiful pink shade, it goes with a ton of makeup looks as well. I reach for this all of the time. If you can tell, the embossing is almost gone. I just really, really love this. And it's pigmented without being too pigmented. You put it on and it does show up with a layer or 2. You can build it up if you like a really blushing sort of look. Like I personally enjoy a lot of blush, so I do build this up a little bit, but you're not gonna get like clown cheeks when you first apply it. So I really love these. I think they are beautiful. I feel like they're fairly priced as well. I want to say they're $19, but don't quote me. That kind of doesn't sound right. That kind of sounds too low for Bare Minerals, but I remember them not being too expensive. I did go ahead and buy this one during the Sephora sale, and then they did send me all 3 of them in PR. I gave the Kiss of Pink away that I got in PR to one of my friends, but like I said, I really love the Kiss of Rose and Kiss of Copper as well. So any of the 3 shades I don't think you could go wrong with. Then we have the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This brow gel is just like the perfect brow gel. I don't have it in my eyebrows today. I don't really have a ton of these on. I'm sorry, I didn't really think that through. I just kind of wanted to sit down and enjoy putting makeup on. I was listening to Harry Styles, his new CD, and I just was putting makeup on without really thinking about what I was going to talk about in this video. So sorry about that, but this is one that you have seen me apply a ton of times in Get Ready With Me's. I've talked about it a ton of times in other videos as well. So me not having it on my eyebrows today, chances are you probably have seen it hopefully in my brows before. But this is just such a beautiful brow gel. I do have the shade Neutral Brown. Natural or neutral? I can't remember. Whichever one of the two it is, I will have it listed down below for you. But this just has a couple of fibers in it, so it just really helps with my brows looking really fluffy, which I like. It fills in my brows in the front right here where I need it, but then it just gives a little extra something out here on the tail where I don't really think I need a ton of filling in. It's a good shade for me as well. It lasts all day long. It's not the best, like most strong holding brow gel ever, but for me personally, it works and holds it well enough. It's also only a couple dollars, which I think is amazing. So if you're balling on a budget and you just need a good brow gel that is really affordable, definitely check this one out. Even if you're not and you just need a good brow gel, definitely check this one out. It's so stinking good. I knew I wanted to mention a bronzer at some point in this video, but it was really hard to choose which one to talk about because I have tried a lot of bronzers this year and I have genuinely liked almost every single one I've tried. So I could have put quite a few in this video. The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour one, I am loving that one. The Dior Forever Natural bronzer, it gets hard pan on me, but honestly the formulation and the tone is beautiful. The L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear bronzer, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin, that one's a little bit newer though, so I didn't want to put it in here. My point being, it was really hard to choose which one to talk about because I've tried so many good ones. I love all of those that I just mentioned, but I wanted to go with the one that I thought was your best bang for your buck. And we're back to Patrick Ta. This is his For Face cream contour and powder bronzer duo. I have the shade She's Statuesque, which is the lightest one. Again, I thought this was the best bang for your buck because you get a 2-in-1. You get a cream and a powder bronzer. So you kind of get like the best of both worlds. If you like cream, if you like powder, if you like both, you get it with this bronzer. This is such a beautiful cream bronzer. I love the tone of it. It's a little more neutral, which goes very nicely with my fair skin, and it blends out like a dream. It doesn't get patchy or muddy, and the powder is beautiful as well. In the pan, the powder looks quite a bit more warm tone, which it is, but them together just go together really beautifully. I like to put the powder on first and then the cream on top, which is how he says to apply it, he being Patrick Ta. He has quite a few different tones. If this one is going to be too light for you, hopefully he would have one that would fit your skin tone a little bit better. But I reach for this very often, and every single time I do, I think it looks beautiful. It warms up my face. It gives me the definition I want. It doesn't get patchy. It doesn't blend away. It lasts all day long. I just think that this bronzer is a beautiful, beautiful product, and I'm so glad that I was able to pick it up during the Sephora sale because it is stunning. Well, I didn't realize before sitting down to film this that we had 2 Patrick Ta products and we also have 2 Milani products. The next one is their baked highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. This is just a really beautiful highlighter. The only qualm I have with it is the packaging is a little bit bulky. I wish it was a little bit thinner and slimmer and just not as just large and in charge, but I can get over that. I think the packaging is cute. It's just bulky, but this highlight is so beautiful. I mentioned when I talked about it before that it's a perfect combination of the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlight and the ABH Amrezy highlight, but I think I want to retract that and I want to change the highlighters. I think this is a beautiful combination of the Becca Champagne Pop and Nabla Ozone. I think those are 2 better highlighters to compare this to. It's a really beautiful, like champagne-y golden sort of tone. In the pan, I feel like it looks more champagne-y, but on the skin, it really does pull like a light, beautiful gold tone. Again, it's stunning. It is impactful. You can sheer it out and make it a little more natural if you want, but I personally like to pack it on and make it super just blinding, and it doesn't really emphasize too much texture. It doesn't fade throughout the day. It is just a really beautiful highlight, and I want to say it's like $10 or $11, which is pretty good for the drugstore price point. And if this one is a little bit too light for you, they do have 2 other shades. All right, we're back to blush, which is like one of my favorite products to apply on my skin. I love blush so stinking much, and I want to talk about the Laura Lee Los Angeles Blush Aesthetic palette. I feel like this is super, super underrated. I don't hear a ton of people talking about this blush palette, and it is beautiful. It is the blush that I have on my face today. I just kind of mixed a whole bunch of shades together. You get a really nice mirror in it, and the packaging is nice. It's like cardboard, but I like the ombre effect, and it's like sturdy and has a little bit of weight to it, which I like. but this is like super affordable for a blush palette. I can't remember off the top of my head how much it is, but I remember it not being a lot. And plus, Laura Lee Los Angeles has sales on her website fairly often. I don't think I would pay a full price for one of her products, not because I don't think they're good or deserve, paying full price. She just has sales all the time. As you can see, you get 8 different blushes. This one is a little bit more of a topper that I don't use, but these other 7 shades are just beautiful. I have a combination of this one, this one, this one, and this one on today. I just kind of like bopped my brush around and just made my own little custom blush shade, which is one of the reasons I love this palette. You can customize whatever blush shade you want. These blushes are a little bit more pigmented, so I would be careful. I tend to go a little bit overboard with this bright shade and then this deep dark shade. But these ones right here aren't too bad. Just go in with a light hand and really buff and blend, and they will look beautiful on your cheeks. This is not fade, this is not budge. It looks stunning on your cheeks all day long. I just think this is really underrated, and I feel like more people should give this a go because this blush palette is chef's kiss. And I don't really reach for blush palettes very often. Like, this is really the only one that I reach for and use. I had the Lunar Beauty one, and I ended up sending it to a friend because I just wasn't getting use out of it. But this one I reach for all of the time. Alrighty, we are back to another drugstore lip product that is beautiful and another underrated product that I don't feel like enough people talk about. And this is the ColourPop Glowing Lips. These are bomb. They sent me like pretty much the whole collection in PR a couple months back. They sent me every shade but one. I'm not sure why, but I ended up decluttering a couple of the deeper, darker shades that didn't work out for my skin tone. And I kept like the lightest 5 of them, I believe. The one I want to talk about today is the one I use the most, but I do like pretty much all of the shades I've tried. And this one is in the shade Cockatoo. It's a really beautiful mauve-y, kind of cool tone, has a hint of purpley sort of undertone lip product. So the shade itself is stunning and goes with a ton of makeup looks that I make, but also this formulation is so good. They call it their glowing lips, so it has a little bit of sheen and shine to it, which I personally like. This is such a beautiful product to just throw in your purse. I wear these to work all of the time because they're fuss-free. I don't have to think about it. I know when I reapply this throughout the day, I don't need to do it with a mirror. I know it's going to look good. They're pigmented, but not too pigmented, so you're not going to get like clown lips. They don't go outside your lip line. They are just a really beautiful, balmy, pigmented, sort of glowy lipstick. They're kind of hard to explain, but I really love this formulation. When I got the whole set sent to me in PR, I did do a video on it where I did lip swatches on me and showed you all of them on me. So I'm gonna have that video linked down below in case you're curious about these and you want to see all of them swatched on me and all of the options. But I'm really hoping that they bring out more shades in this because I love the formulation and I want it in like every single shade possible. Alrighty, last and certainly not least, we have the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes. I have the shade 1. This under eye powder is so stinking good. I did set my under eyes with it today. I don't really put this anywhere else except for on my under eyes because it is, like it says, a pretty brightening sort of shade. So if I put it anywhere else, like down here or in my T-zone, it's just a little bit too white and too brightening. But for the under eyes, it is perfect. It's a really nice, finely milled sort of powder, so it never gets like bunchy under my eyes. It doesn't dry them out too bad. I have very finicky under eyes that just kind of always look terrible. They crease terribly with concealer. They look very dry most of the time. A lot of times powder takes away coverage that I have on my under eyes, and this just doesn't do any of that. Does this get rid of the creasing that comes with concealer? No, because I have really terrible under eye lines. I don't know what it is about my under eyes. They are very, very lined. So this doesn't alleviate that, but I feel like it definitely helps. And like I said, it's just not drying, and I think it does brighten and give me like a more fresh, awake sort of look. I am loving this. I was really nervous about how small it is when I first bought it because it is a really small powder, but because I only use it on my under eyes, I don't think I'm gonna fly through it. I've had a couple people in my comments say that this is like really drying on them, so clearly it's not going to work for everyone, but for me personally, I love setting my under eyes with this. It is a beautiful product. And that was it, you guys. That was the top 10 products that I've tried so far in 2022. I'm not gonna lie, I have tried a lot of amazing products. These are not the only products that I've tried that I love and constantly reach for, but I wanted to narrow it down to 10. I didn't want to like bombard you with all of the good makeup I've tried this year because there's been a lot of good makeup, which I am happy about. I don't like to waste my money on makeup that I do not enjoy, but these ones are all products that I just love so stinking much. Again, you've heard me talk about them quite a few times on my channel, but they're ones that I love. I recommend to you guys checking them out. Let me know down below in the comments if you have tried any of these. I love hearing from you guys. And like I said, be on the lookout for the opposite of this video and the worst 10 products I've tried so far this year. That'll be up either my next video or one coming up very, very soon. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.